you know what time it is?
Hammer time?
No, I figured as soon as I said it, I knew there'd be a bunch of different answers that would all be sort of like pop culture
Time to brush
reference.
our teeth.
Dinner
It's
time?
like the end of Animaniacs.
Peanut butter jelly time?
The time I was going to go
Time
with,
the wheel of morality.
the actual time I was referring to was, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, should I say what the podcast is first? I'll do that. This is the, what's it called now? This is the Kaiju Popcast. We talk about many things. We generally focus on computer games, but we often talk about, you know, our wives behind their backs and, I don't know, politics.
Yeah, because...
We're quite political.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to discuss gun control this week, right?
Yeah, by which you mean, like, on a PS4 or an Xbox One. See what I did there? Oh, topical, because the Xbox One just came out. That's literally the mention of the Xbox One that we're going to do. Oh, no, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's trivia time!
Oh yeah.
We're
so,
leading this.
Yeah.
So many emails.
Right-
about
right
last
off the
week's
top.
PS4 quiz.
I can do a fake email. As,
Prepare
Last
another
week
one.
Alright.
they
So,
could just...
this week
thanks
the
for all your
segments.
emails. That really made me feel better because they obviously didn't seem to like it very much. Thought my quiz was a bit boring. But I'm back with an Xbox One launch.
Yeah!
This is a launch party.
Woo!
I just say I'm
Yeah,
going to get the
yeah.
lowest score, definitely, because I care about one.
So,
you get on with that, CJ, while I look for my 3DS.
the segments,
Okay.
the segments in this
Right,
week's
okay.
podcast. Whoa! Leave it for a second. The segments in this week's podcast are going to be Xbox One launch trivia time, and then
Yes.
fake listener mail. That's the only two segments we've got for this episode.
No, God. That's those are the two worst things. Yeah, we haven't even done
guarantee,
fake
Chris.
listener mail before, but I can just imagine it being utterly fucking dire.
It's as good as your imagination.
My name is Space Endeavour, and I'm here. Shut up, CJ. Let me introduce you.
I'm just saying, Chris is going to love the quiz this week. I guarantee it. Anyway, go.
This is the Kaiju Podcast. My name is Space Endeavour. I'm here with Chris Charlton.
Hello.
I'm also here with CJ. And Jason's here.
Yes, no last name.
No last name. We don't do last
Jason's
names.
here.
And just because maybe you want to get a job or some things like that. Chris is the only one who uses his last name because he's a fool. But anyway, it's trivia time! Woo! Yeah, we need buzzers. Let's pick some buzzers. All right.
Trivia.
Do we need buzzers?
That's the intro.
No.
No, I'll just go around.
Can we have
okay.
buzzers? No. Oh. To be honest, I mainly like trivia, so we can all have buzzers. But if you want to do those, that's fine. I mean, I used to be the trivia master of the podcast, but some would. I mean, I'm not one of those people, but some would argue that makes me a kind of an expert on how to do trivia on this podcast. But it's fine if you don't want to do it.
Right, so anyway, are you ready to start the quiz?
Wow, it sounds exciting. Are there going to be guns and boobs?
Yes. Somewhere.
X-boob.
I don't know.
All
I
right.
think it's on the dining room table.
First question is to Chris. Chris, are you ready? Not me. Not talking
Yeah.
to me.
I
Yes.
was thinking about my 3DS. I just
Okay.
got prepaid points to get Steam World Day.
This is a quiz. This is turning it around. I'm turned it around. Spent a lot of time turning it around for you, so you're gonna love the quiz from now on.
Sweet.
Right,
I'm
question
excited about
one.
this.
From now on,
Chris.
what the fuck? So there'll be one next week as well.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. We haven't thought that far ahead. Right. Anyway, question one is to you, Chris Charlton,
Yeah.
writer, wrestling fan, minor celebrity.
Man.
Right, my very minor. I'm
Question
wrestling
one is
with
to
it.
you. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Mm,
Here's the
go.
question. From now
Go,
on, I'm
answer
asking
now.
the question. Right. When is the launch date of the Xbox One in Japan?
That's a trick question 'cause there isn't one.
Whoa! 1 point to Chris. Well done. Hey, good job. Yeah.
Yep.
Does it matter? Does it really matter
On
when
the
it's going to
ball.
be?
Johnny on the spot. That's what they call me. Which is
Yeah.
weird because my name's Chris.
So
Hey.
the final scores are Chris
Sweet.
1 point. You win. Well done.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
it. That's the quiz. Sorry.
That's
I
the
built it up
best
a lot
quiz
there.
there's ever been on the show.
Yeah. I knew you'd like it.
Is that seriously
Right,
it?
anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, seriously, that's
Oh,
it.
for fuck's
It,
sake.
wa- it was a kind of joke.
I really thought it was going to
Kinda
be a quiz.
the
I was
Xbox
actually
One in
excited.
Japan.
Ayo! I was actually excited about
Well,
there
it
being a
sums it
quiz.
up for us, doesn't it? It sums it up, you know, the non-starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Those
fair.
things. I mean, they sound alright.
Yeah, it does sound good. Actually, it does sound good. A lot of the interface stuff and a lot of the stuff they've done there. Well, from what I hear about the PS4, the interface needs a lot of work, which is pretty the same old story, business as usual.
Yeah, sure.
You know what's got a really good interface, and it will be the next thing I buy. Windows 8.
Super Famicom.
Put game in. Game starts. Interface.
Yep.
Interface.
Interface. The cartridge
In your
interfaces
face.
with the cartridge slot.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to blow on it.
User interface.
So I am gonna get an Asus Transformer Book T100, which
Right.
is
That's the
Just
calculator,
made
right?
that
The
up.
graphing calculator.
yeah, it's a tablet.
It's not a thing.
You should, in fact, you know what? You should get one, Chris, because you could podcast on it, and then maybe you wouldn't sound like shit. There, I said it.
Oh, is that the one that's like the laptop tablet?
So it's a tablet that connects to a keyboard and also accesses the laptop. But the thing that makes it stand out is the fact that it is full Windows 8.1. So Windows 8 is clearly already designed to work with touch. You can drag windows about and everything, and close things by swiping down and all that shit. So that would be the tiled interface that's on the Xbox One, but it would work. 'Cause it would
Metro.
it would be all touch. So it'd be very pretty and nice. And
It's a load of shite. Come on, you get that.
but you know,
Is that full Windows as in
yeah?
pretty the full Windows?
Oh God.
Pretty Windows 8.1.
When you said there was going to be a trivia quiz, I was like, well, there's 30 minutes of the podcast sorted. You know what? Sort of speaking of letdowns,
Yeah.
there's both the
How
Xbox
was that
One.
Hero game that you played?
What
Speaking
was
of
it?
letdowns.
I haven't got the notes up in front of me. What was it called?
Hero Badge of Heroes.
Hero Forge.
Hero.
I think it's Hero Forge.
Forge.
I got
I've
Hero
played a couple
Forge,
games.
free to play on Android. And the annoying thing about that game is it's good. That's what irritates me about that game. It's basically, you know how Puzzle Quest was take standard puzzle, turn it into RPG fighting mechanic. Everyone knows that, right? Everyone's played Puzzle Quest at this point. So Hero Forge is, and stop me if you know what this type of puzzle is. Basically, it's a 3D bunch of blocks, and you have to match the outermost. Let's just use basic shapes for argument's sake now. You have to find the outermost triangle and match it with the next most outermost triangle. If that makes sense.
You spin the it's like radial things.
Yeah, you can spin the
Radial
big
dials,
3D
you
shape
spin the
around.
things, and then it's okay.
So I don't know whether that's a thing that's already existed, just as a puzzle game on its own. But this would be the Puzzle Quest to whatever that is.
Right.
So
But that's every free-to-play RPG, isn't it? That lights have any puzzle game mechanic, and
yeah, but this one's actually pretty good. So you have like a defense meter. So if you choose to go all defensive, you can just get a couple of hits in and make sure your armor is always up, or you can be ultra offensive and like gamble and
Swear a lot.
yeah, just say really racist stuff. You can do that, and it's good as a mechanic. The puzzle game part of it is good, and having to choose, holy fuck, he's stronger than me, all his hits do a shitload of damage, so should I just go like full on offensive, try and hit him with some magic, and just only try and find swords to match and try and take him out? Or should I try and play it defensive
Yes.
and keep my armor up and try and survive and slowly chip away at him?
Yes, also.
So it's really good, and it's a
sound
piece
like you
of
want
shit in app. You're really helping, CJ.
No, I'm just going to say you sound like you want to like it, but it's
Yeah,
not happening
so that's the
'cause
thing,
it's got the
I-
app shit.
I really like it as a game, but I don't like it as a business model. I'm echoing
There's-
through you now. You've just done something. Every week.
What?
I'm coming back through your speakers or something.
Not me.
Who?
It is you.
Me.
I don't know. I think it's CJ.
I've got headphones on.
Well,
and,
good for you.
the
Good for you.
speakers are off.
All right. Well, anyway,
It's fine for me, yeah.
I can hear myself. So yes, it's very irritating because it's so good and I want to play more of it. But I got about 4 fights in and I wasn't strong enough to kill the guy, and that was kind of it.
So you had to grind.
You know what, Dave? Like the exact opposite of good idea for a free to play, but shit game.
Go on.
I played this game which is like an RPG game. It's an episodic action RPG thing, and these things are like 10-minute episodes or whatever. And it's free, but the free to play mechanic is dialogue choices and different routes through the game. So there's one bit where there's a coin, and like when I played it, because I played it for free, you just have the option to steal the coin. But if you pay 100 yen, you have another option and a path through the story. And when you finish the episode, it gives you a percentage based on how much of the story you've actually seen in your playthrough.
That sounds terrible. I thought you were trying to tell me about a good in-app purchase model.
I think it's an interesting idea. I think like it'd be one thing if you paid for the base app and then you had to pay again. But I think in terms of you're getting the majority of something for free, and here's an extra little twist on top of that.
Oh, okay. So it's not you're not completely locked out without paying money. You're saying it's just an extra little side story.
You just have the option. It's just that the story will only take the you stole this coin route, as opposed to I don't know what you did. You traded something for something else. I didn't pay the money. The problem with that game is it's called Legend of Equip Pants, and it's.
I saw that. That's what you're talking about.
I'm fine with that.
No, you're not fine with that on 2 levels. First of all, it's not like underwear pants. It's American pants.
I still find that funny.
But this is what I thought, Chris. Like I thought, trousers is a much more funny word than pants.
Trousers.
Right? So
yeah,
I mean, like
better.
that is the direction you should have gone in. First of all, second of all.
But what does trousers mean in American?
We say trousers. We say trousers as well.
Right.
Yeah,
but pants is better.
Especially, I particularly like the singular form, and people. Oh, that is a fine trouser. That is a funny sentence.
The wrong trousers.
The problem with this though is that it doesn't even reach like Dominic Diamond levels of pant humor. Like, I mean, I'll
British joke.
I've kept it on my phone so I can make a video on it and just say at some point on the video, this is just a quick look. It'll be brief, right? Nowhere is that. But in the first one, little episode, it's 2 episodes so far. There's another one coming apparently, and like the first episode is, I think it came out at Halloween, right? So it's about a werewolf, but only if you're wearing a certain kind of pants, and obviously there it's underwear, right? WERE. You got
of
the
course.
Underwear, and then you turn into a werewolf, right?
Where?
Right, but then after that, in the second episode, they fucking give up. Like there's a vampire in it, and they say, "Oh, he's not a normal person. He's a vampants." Like, they just stick pants at the end of a word and then go, "That'll be choice." Fucking hell.
Every second word's pants.
Pantpire?
Pantpire, yeah, I think they might have even said that. I don't know. Fucking terrible. I did. I played a bit of Touch Grind Skate over the last couple of days. It's quite good. I'm really shit.
You were given that.
I was well, to make stuff on, So full disclosure, we were given review codes, but
All right, sorry. I thought that you said something on Facebook, and I thought
no,
it looked as if a friend had given you or something.
No.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
Only our friends within the indie game industry.
Okay.
No, it's like Touch Grind. I don't know if you played any of the other Touch Grind. There was a BMX one. It was Touch Grind 1. This is Touch Grind 2. It's Escape. But like, do you remember fingerboards?
Yeah.
When skateboarding
they
was
were
cool
huge.
for a second?
I love where this is going.
It's that. right? So it's like you're in a skate park, but there's no skater or anything. It's just a skateboard, and you put your fingers on the screen.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
cool.
like you do like little ollies and you flick. So like if you want to do a kickflip, you lift up your front finger and then flick with your rear finger, and then like it'll spin the board and flip it and stuff. So it's like it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's pretty cool.
Is there a
but
half pipe?
Yeah, it's everything. The rails, stairs, road.
Should we name objects?
There's everything you could want. But the problem with it, right, is that I'm shit at it because it's kind of realistic.
That doesn't sound like that's the game's problem.
It's not at all. It's a problem I have with it. Because the thing is about skateboarding in general, right? Especially street skateboarding. Once you get past, like,
Careful.
Well, wait. Okay, right. I'm gonna get mine out before you come back at me. It'll take you a while with your kidney stones to get after me anyway. Once you get past the ESPN X Games stuff, right? Skateboarding is rubbish, right? Because it's so phenomenally difficult to do that any skateboarding video is somebody with an immense amount of skill doing a really shit jump over one step and then falling over. And then people going, "Rad, dude, you did it!"
Yeah, and compiling a video where they hurt their balls.
Right, and that is what touch grind is. I'm really bad at it. You can play skate like SKATE online. You know, where you like horse, where you do a trick and then it sends a turn to another person and they try and do a better trick, and that stuff's good. There's really good in-depth list of challenges to do on each mission, so like you're constantly unlocking stuff. Sometimes if you're stuck on a challenge, you can bring up a video that shows you how to do it, and then you can try and do it and then still fuck it up. But
when they mess up in their videos, does it hurt like the finger balls?
Yeah, you don't. There's no
like knuckles.
There's no character models in it. It's just the board.
The finger taint.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do if you have a particularly sick grind. I believe that's what
you sound so at home saying that word.
Yeah.
Sick means good.
If you do a sick grind, you can then totally share that replay with your friends on the YouTubes in it.
Slick.
Can you like put stickers over top of it that says like gnarly and stuff like that?
It doesn't.
Shite.
I don't think so. But you do get stickers.
Wanky bollocks.
Stickers put on your board. And the other thing that I like as well is that you get all these boards, and as you play the game, and as you grind on rails and stuff, the paintwork on the back of your board gradually gets really scratched and gouged up and looks like shit. I thought that was a good little detail.
Yeah.
Can you do your own custom boards? Like, can you import your own like data for your deck?
Not really. Like one of the stickers can just be something that's in your photo roll. So if you wanted to put your pick on it, you could. But apart from that.
So let's get this straight. You think skateboarding is stupid, and you played a fingerboard game on your iPhone that you're not very good at. Is that where we are?
Oh no, yeah. I think it is probably a very good skateboarding game.
If you enjoyed skateboarding or had skill.
If this is the kind of thing you like, then you will like this kind of thing.
I love our in-depth stuff.
It's a kind of novelty thing. Are you going to keep playing that?
It appears to be a game that requires quite a lot of mastering, and it could be something people get really into, like like Trials HD or something like that.
With real fingerboarding,
like real skateboarding.
You did it in the window ledges and all that, and the walls. You could move about with it. Like
it's not. Yeah,
I think you would play this for 5 minutes, and then
it would be a pretty good idea for them to sort of take it Micro Machine style and have it actually be a fingerboard. But the gimmick is. It plays like a fingerboard, but it's a skateboard, so you're in a skate park.
What they should actually do is make it so you've got a phone. Use your phone as like you're saying, grind it along shit.
Yeah,
it's got a gyroscope in it. It can tell exactly what you're doing with it. Use your iPhone as a fingerboard.
Yeah. Well, no, there was one really good game called.
They sell you some wheels.
Really good. there's a good game. There's a Japanese completely free game because it's shit really, but like there's this game called Taiso on the iPhone, and that is Taiso is you're right.
Exercise.
Yeah, Taiso is exercise, but it's also like gymnastics, right? So there's this in this game, like it goes go and you jump up in the air, and then you actually have to flip your phone and twist it and spin it around and throw it up in the air and then catch it and stuff, and then it gives you points at the end. It's hilarious. It is fucking hilarious. But like you'll be done with it in 10 seconds, but it's really funny.
Yeah, when your phone's broken and nothing works anymore.
Yeah, that's when it naturally ends.
Risk and reward.
So wait, so the risk is busting your fucking like however many $100 phone. What's the reward? Yeah. Just like a thing that says, "Sugoi ne" at the end.
It actually says success.
Yeah, points. You do a sick grind.
Success.
Sick grind.
Hello.
Played a bit of Tilt to Live 2. Redonkulous.
That's what it's called, is it?
Is that the subtitle? Redonkulous?
Yeah, the subtitle.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just being really cool
and
with your words.
Does it live up to the subtitle? Is it truly redonkulous?
No, it's not particularly redonkulous.
Medium.
I played tons
Ridiculous.
of Tilt to Live 1. I really loved Tilt to Live 1. And that was like so old, it did its high scores in Open Feint instead of Game Center.
Oh my word.
So
what happened to
really
Open Feint?
It just went away, like when Game Center like came out. I mean, they're just gonna. Yeah, it wasn't.
No, we had that time where you had both going on at the same time.
Yeah,
there was that other third-party one, like Crystal or something. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, there was tons. There was tons of them. You had all these different passwords for different services. Yeah, it was junk. But yeah, I mean, Tilt to Live 2 is pretty much the same as Tilt to Live 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got bosses in it. So I mean, that's
bosses.
Nice.
Tilt to Live is actually quite cool, right? I remember Tilt to Live being quite fun. Pretty good game.
Tons of fun. Really good fun, but also like Tilt to Live was really well supported for quite a while, and it started with one game mode and then went up to 4 game modes, and one of them was called Gauntlet, which was a really cool one where it was like an endless runner before there were very many endless runners.
But like every 30 seconds, some narrator said, "Wizard is about to die."
What?
It's a Gauntlet reference.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Chris needs food badly.
I've been working all week, and then I've still got another 3 weeks of solid work to go. So, but what was it? Oh, you threw me off now. Oh yeah, Tilt to Live 2 only has 2 game modes, and
that seems odd.
2 of the same game modes that were in Tilt to Live 1. So that's a bit disappointing.
I smell DLC.
Yeah,
don't you think he's going to update it?
Business opportunity.
They will update it, but yeah, I put a video up on the website, and it's just like, yeah, this is more of Tilt to Live 1, and Tilt to Live is still a really good fun game.
Is it free?
If you haven't played either of them, get the first one, because I think they're the same price, and there's more in Tilt to Live 1 at the moment.
So they are a price, and it's not like free, and then you'll have to pay for game modes later on.
No. It's just you pay for it, and it's done. It's like $2 or something.
See, this free to play paywall DLC model's going to get worse before it gets better, I think.
Yeah, have you heard about like Rise has got IIP in-app purchase stuff in there, even though it's a game that you pay decent money for?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah,
that's the same. Yeah.
I mean, it's
$20.
It's such a shame that that's getting universally panned, because I love Panzer Dragoon.
People who also love Panzer Dragoon are saying it's shit as well, right? So
is it Xbox only? As well?
A little bit of a name drop. My ex-business partner was actually the producer of Panzer Dragoon, and his sister was the voice of the lead female character.
I like the pants, a little pants joke there again. Pants are Dragoon.
If you're ever not on the outs with your ex-business partner, tell him that I really liked Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah, and do
We're not really talking so much.
So, yeah.
Just take
I'll
up
hey,
fuck you, mate.
Yeah, some dude that I know here really like Panzer Dragoon. He'd be like, whatever.
I'll just say fuck you then. Just send that.
It's like, I'm just trying to say something nice, fucker.
Yeah. Don't have to be a dick about it. Sick.
There is a
Silly, man,
humble.
why is he even here? Right, okay, anyway.
There's
So
a
we were
humble
playing,
bundle thing.
Oh, the one for Android, right?
Well, yeah. There's presently. Sorry, you want to do your thing, don't you?
We were playing. I was leading on to something. We were playing something Epic. Look, the Mighty Quest for Epic.
Oh
Look.
yeah, that.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
Have you started that? Have you started that yet?
A little
yeah,
bit.
it's kind of Diablo Torchlight kind of game. The graphics are similar to Torchlight, and then yeah, it just throws you into you go in these quests through castles, and
Is
but
it
they're
strictly
really
multiplayer
short.
though?
No, it's not. It's not. Well,
I think
haven't
it-
even got to the multiplayer yet.
I think it
Okay,
mostly. I think that's where its success is going to be in the multiplayer eventually.
Right, so not only do you invade other castles, you have your own castle, and you've got to build your own defenses and upgrade your little minions and all that. So I think that's where the multiplayer comes in. People can attack your castle.
So what about the
I don't know yet,
currency? Are there separate currencies for
Yeah,
upgrading
there's
your castle
3
and your character?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so can
3
you explain the currency
currencies.
systems?
There's
Can you
these
explain them?
blue diamonds, and there's the coins, and then there's the green gems. The green gems are the
Fucking
ones you've
hell.
got least of, and they're like speed up your upgrades. So I was going to introduce Dave to it, and like so when you get XP to level up, but you don't just level up. You have to go back to your castle and then select level upgrade and pay for it.
So if
And
you
which
level
basically,
currency do you use for your
But
character
to
upgrades?
level 6, I think it was to go to level 6. My hero upgrader thing equipment wasn't high enough level, so I had to upgrade that, and it was like 30 minutes.
yeah. So it's got a bit of that
30
weight to
minutes.
do
So
stuff.
level up, yeah. So
Would
can
you
go
be
and
able to have that
grind
stuff
lower
level up in the
levels.
background while you're doing other things?
Well, you can go and grind the lower levels, but you won't be.
Oh, I mean,
leveled up, so
you're
you
still
won't be able
getting
to-
gold and stuff. The thing with
Yeah.
leveling up is you hit the top
but
of your
you're-
XP bar. You can't level up any further until you level up.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. You're not gathering
But
extra
your
XP.
gold is capped as well because your gold storage needs to be upgraded, and your whatever the other
What
thing
happens
is,
with
blue stuff.
any experience or gold that you may accrue before you level up? Is that just like gone to the
It's
ether?
gone.
Yeah.
You won't get. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
So your
But
gold
how-
chest
Go
is
carry
full.
over.
Your XP bar is full. You cannot overfill them. You have to do the thing that lets you, continue, basically,
Okay.
which
So
costs
it's basically
time.
they want you to play this over like a year or 2 years or something.
But can
Or
you?
either that or pay
Is there
money
stuff to
to speed
always
up.
do though, or is there going to be times when you have to like walk away because it's like your equipment needs to upgrade and your character needs to upgrade and like your castle needs to
well,
upgrade, or
you
can you
can speed
constantly
up-
be doing stuff?
You can speed up which I ended up doing, speed up the 30 minutes wait by using my green gems. So those are the ones that stop you having to wait. And I used 15 and I had 96.
And am I right in thinking you can earn green
So-
gems in the game? It's the
Yeah,
other
I
ones
think
that
you
you have to
can,
pay
yeah.
money for, right?
Yeah. I'll have to go back and confirm that. But
So
I'm pretty sure.
The game itself is, like you were saying, it's effectively Diablo or Torchlight, but you set up your castle. You can move rooms around. You can put baddies in there. You can put turrets down and things like that. You're
Yeah,
basically
traps.
like what's it called? Dungeoneer, dungeon master,
Dungeon Keeper?
Dungeon master.
Yeah,
Dungeon
Dungeon-
keeper. Dungeon keeper.
dungeon keeper. Yeah, so you're effectively setting
Yeah.
traps for heroes, but the heroes are controlled by other players. So you do both the defense side of it and the attack side of it, and you can specifically go to your friends' castles and go after them
I'm
as
not
well.
far in enough to have that multiplayer aspect.
Yeah,
started.
so we are going to do
It's
some
still
videos
kinda
of that.
guiding.
We're going to do at least
I'm
one
looking
video of
forward to
that.
playing. I actually downloaded it. I got the code and downloaded and everything. I just haven't installed it yet.
And I
But-
know
so, I
CJ
got a
brought
couple
this.
questions,
Sorry, go on. Hang on. CJ brought this up. That Dave, it's clicking and you hate clicking. But the thing with this is, it's so short because the castles are pretty small that even I can put up with it. I can, deal with it. Because I do hate Diablo and I do hate Torchlight because it is just clicking on the screen. I hate all top-down games, effectively, that you use a mouse with. But this is short enough, and it's kind of game you'll come in and play 20 minutes of. Yeah, it's almost like a game that would actually work on iPad, I think, and it could be amazing on iPad. And they probably went porting it.
Yeah, they probably will, right? Isn't it Ubi?
Yeah.
They're making it. Yeah. They're big into mobile shit.
So
Can I,
it's probably on
sorry
their
to-
UbiArt, right? UbiArt
I got
framework.
breaking news.
Oh, go on.
There's some Xbox Ones that are broken.
Oh, really? That's not
Yeah,
surprising.
flash disk drives apparently.
What?
Yep, I thought it was totally stupid for all the Xbox purchasers to rag on the less than 1% failure rate for PlayStation 4. It's like, you do know Microsoft's
It's
history,
gonna happen,
right?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's going to
Of
happen to you
course.
in less than a week.
1% is
In less
a
than
low
a week.
percentage.
Yeah, less than 1%. Apparently,
Still
I've heard
10,000.
Yeah,
consoles,
but still, like out of
it's
over 1 million units, I mean,
acceptable,
that's amazing. That's a great freaking success rate. I mean,
And
Xbox 360
happily-
was like 30 to 50% at the launch, and it's like, are you seriously going to be ragging
and it
on
never
that
got
shit?
fixed. Never got
Yeah.
fixed.
I had 2 Xbox 360s red light on me. 2.
Yeah, I had that about the same. I mean, the thing is, with as many have made the point, like the Red Ring of Death was something that they didn't know about before. You know, it seems right now that the PS4 failure rate has been it gets to you broken. You know, pretty much. You know,
Yeah.
whereas Red Ring of Death, like it didn't become a thing until
It was a
6
heat
months in.
issue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
but I mean,
tape.
the
It was
over
like
time,
a
yeah.
gel thing for the boards that would like melt and then
Melts
and stuff like that.
eventually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm on my second PS3 because I had the yellow light.
I'm on my first, but I didn't. I was late to the party.
I've had 4 and not one of them has broken.
You
You just like buying things.
No, well, I gave one to my father, and then I had one in the living room, one in my studio, and then I got one for my office, and the one in the office never got played. So I gave my first generation one. My daughter's got it in her room, so that way she can watch like Blu-rays and DVDs of like Shimajiro and Appamon and shit. And then I've got one in the living room and one down here in my studio that I do my capture stuff with.
Jason,
See, these
skewing
days,
sales
you wouldn't-
numbers for decades.
Fucking hell, yeah. I mean, these days, Jason, I mean, this gen, you just get one PS4 and get a Vita TV.
Mm-hmm.
Stream everything through.
One account, one
You still
purchase
get
for
your
every game.
PS3s as well. Your PS3 collection.
I mean, I'll probably eventually get like an Xbox One at some point because there's going to be some exclusive titles on it that I'm
Yep.
going to want to play. But you know,
Yep.
that's not going to be for a long while. But I want to ask a couple questions about the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot before it's too far in the rear view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Number one, for your castle, when you get like mobs and stuff like that to populate it for defense, is there any maintenance required for them?
No, they're just
I don't think so,
you
no.
buy them and put them there, and I think that you can buy ones of a certain level and things like that. Obviously, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
unlock
you
them
can
and stuff.
you upgrade all your minions. You pretty much
Okay.
you can upgrade everything.
All right, so the
You
only thing
craft
you have
your
to do
own,
to future
loot as
interact
well.
with them is to. But what happens like if somebody successfully invades your castle? Do those minions
Uh,
die and you have to restock?
I
No,
don't know yet. I
they're
don't
there,
know yet. It's not happened.
They're there again
So-
when someone else comes in. It's like nothing's ever happened apart from
That's your
you've
layer. I
lost
assume that's
10%
the-
of your gold or whatever.
And then how about customization for like what your hero looks like, like color schemes, banners, like all the other shit. Like when you first start off, do you have some
can-
decent options?
I think there's a choice of about 4 different themes to your castle, and you can switch between them, but it costs a shitload. Like that's high end. So
Mm.
many, like thousands of green gems.
I
Okay,
can't
what
I
does
can't
that
remember
figure
the
itself, though?
yeah I can't remember whether you could choose different colors of clothes and things like that. I can't remember setting up my guy. I mean, I did have to. I think as part of the tutorial, I had to buy armor or whatever it is that my guy was wearing. So probably there's going to be the clothes of different color and there's weapons that look different and things like that. So later on in the game, but it does seem like it's going to be, to put it nicely, slow burn. It seems like it's going to be.
Successful, they can just keep dropping stuff in, and,
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
customization options, but we don't really know.
And then as far as the gameplay itself, like let's say I want to invade a castle, like how engaging is that experience? Like do you feel like you want to do it more? And then like also how long does each like battle rounds invasion whatever take?
Between a couple of minutes and 5-10 minutes, they get
Yeah.
bigger quite quickly. But I'll be honest, it's pretty samey a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Do you
These
get like
zombies
special
did
abilities
some-
and stuff like with cooldowns and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
There's skill trees like Diablo, so you can choose which skills you want to have in your 4 slots. You've got your left button for the standard swing, or your normal weapon. Right button will get
Cool.
a special move, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it is.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay,
1,
that
2, 3,
sounds-
4.
that
Just like
sounds legit.
Diablo.
That sounds cool.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's effectively plays like Diablo or Torchlight, only it's multiplayer, and also you do the defensive side of it. I mean, to put it short, like the short version is that.
Diablo
sounds
meets
good.
Dungeon Keeper.
Yeah, put it like that,
Yeah,
and that's the
kinda,
game you
yeah.
got pretty much. But it's
Tower defense.
it's quite grindy. It is quite grindy because you're gonna have to
Yeah.
obviously work very hard to level up yourself and all the crap you've got in your own
Yeah,
castle.
but you know, if you're having fun while you're grinding, then
Yeah, that's the thing.
It doesn't really feel like that. So.
if you like, if you enjoy the actual playing of Diablo rather than just you enjoy leveling up and getting loot, which you will still be doing in this game, but yeah, if you enjoy the actual action, then there's no reason you shouldn't like play this game enough to do all the leveling up. And
Right. Well, I enjoy Diablo and Torchlight. I mean, I have like if I've got a little bit of time and I'm not really inspired to play like anything else, I might just like fire up Torchlight or Diablo and like play for a couple hours. I mean, for me, it's it's just kind of mindless fun.
Yeah.
I did manage to get just as a separate, somewhat side notey thing if we're going to talk about indie games and whatnot. I got hold of Windforge. Developer sent it to me, but I cannot capture it in any way. So I can try and describe it, but I really want to make a video of that game because
Why can't you capture it?
oh, it's just
You're
it,
not allowed
it,
to,
it
or-
only the only thing it works with is this is
Alright.
very exciting. There's one particular app that
Technical
works
thing.
with, and I would have to pay a subscription to that app just for one game as opposed to I use a different app and I don't want to have to buy one other app just for one video, if you know what I mean. I'm being cheap, basically.
Yeah. No, I thought it was. They told you can't.
Oh, no. I literally can't.
Okay, so I know nothing about
Data
this, but
word
knowing
picture,
the only
yeah.
type of game you seem to like, it's got to be something that's like a side platform jumpy shooty thing.
Right, with
and
randomly
considering it
generated
has the word
elements.
forge in it, that means there has to be some kind of Minecraft building element associated with
Uh-huh,
it.
Or crafting and.
And it's got the word wind, so you're probably crafting like castles in the sky or some shit.
Mm-hmm. So you you are on an airship that you can build using blocks, and it's 2D, and and you can jump and shoot. But the cool thing is, eventually, I mean, it's on Kickstarter at the moment. The cool thing is, you can, if they get funded enough, which I think they're just going to do it anyway, obviously. But multiplayer, so you can cooperatively build this airship, and then you can ram these airships into each other. You're controlling them, and it will do. I mean, have you seen any Space Engineers videos? Where smashing big block-based. I mean, it's 3D Space Engineers, and Windforge is 2D, but it's effectively the same thing. You smash these big objects into each other, and it sort of calculates the damage, and then whatever sort of components to your airship happen to be in those blocks that get destroyed, they're gone, and you have to rebuild, and it might fuck up your engines, which means you're a bit screwed, and you'll have to try and do
So
like
it's kind of faster than light kind of aspect in
yeah,
there?
in a way, but you're actually controlling it.
Managing
It's actually actiony rather than
you're
just.
moving the ship, but you have to manage your guns and your
Yeah,
engines
I mean,
or
we
whatever.
played it. What was it called?
Minecraft?
No, well, it's
Tetris.
it's the airship game, Guns of Icarus. I think you played
That
with
was
that
a
with me.
first-person one,
Skies
right?
of
Yeah, Guns. Thank you. So we played Guns of Icarus, which was a 4-player teamwork based. Yeah, it was effectively a first-person, not shooter, but first-person team thing where you'd go and have to repair the engines and things like that. But that was all. Here are the engines on this ship. If they are broken, there will be some smoke coming out of them. And it's effectively just running around holding your repair tool on stuff. Whereas this is things get broken in real time, and if people know the layout of your ship, or they see it from afar, they can see the engines are on, say, the left side. They'll go over the top of you and specifically come and ram that part of you, and that will actually mean your engines get destroyed on purpose. And so, in effect, it's Star Trek without the space and lasers, which I'm totally fine with. And yeah, so it's you build stuff and you shoot stuff. I've got my eye on Risk of Rain. I've been playing King Arthur's Gold this week as well. I think I basically want to play Terraria, but don't really enjoy Terraria itself.
Yeah. But have you seen? Oh wait, you don't have an iOS device, do you?
I do. I don't use it.
Is it an iPad or is it a phone?
iPhone 4.
Okay. Because there's a Terraria like for iOS called Junk Jack X.
I've got another one actually. Sorry, on you go. I'm just finding it on my phone.
Yeah, but
Blockheads.
That one's 3D. Junk Jack X is 2D. And I don't know. It's pretty in depth. The first one was all right and it had a lot of people into it. But the other one, sorry about that. The second one is X, and it's actually got like kind of like a mission structure. It's like there's these items that are going to be buried like on the first world that you're on. And once you find this item, it gives you pieces to make a portal such that you can go to another world. And then that world has like, you have to basically start over again, but you can jump back and forth between your first world and this second world. But there's ends up being a total something like 5 or 6 worlds or something. And so you end up getting special items from each world that let you craft, better weapons and stuff. But the point is that it was made for iOS from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So its interface is really good. Terraria on iOS is just it's as horrible as you think it would be to actually play it on an iPad. Which
It's
is a
not
shame.
got
Yeah,
one.
I was
It's
looking forward
has it
to
got a fake D-pad thing?
For Terraria?
Yeah.
Or Junk Jack? Yeah, Terraria. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Terraria would be good. I might try that again when it arrives on Vita.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good way to play it.
There, I will play it.
Junk Jack looks really like nice, big, chunky blocks that you tap on to break them and things
and
like that.
And the movement is really nice. It's very easy to move around. It's like you just kind of like hold, like, because the character stays in the middle of the screen. So if you want to run to the right, just hold down to the right and he'll just like run that way. And if you want to break blocks, just like you've got the option to like either tap the block or just hold your finger on the block and he'll keep breaking it until it's gone.
Cool.
Yeah. Blockheads
so there's
is
options.
pretty much the same. Blockheads. Yep. I mean, Blockheads looks 3D, but it's actually 2D. The game, the way it plays.
That's like 2.5D kind of game.
Yeah.
I mean, these games where you start off with nothing and you have to build up and plant crops and build defenses for yourself. This sort of survival subgenre that's come about, they really tickle me.
Yep, me too.
I know part of it is just being a bit anal, but I love that you end up with something that you've made and you've decided on where things go and things like that. And some of it's just arbitrary, but it's still yours. And you've got crops growing outside. I mean, Don't Starve was the same thing, but I think there's a bit more danger involved in Don't Starve. But I'm starting to think. I mean, I've never played Minecraft, and I'm starting to think
You've got to play it.
Yeah,
you've got to play it. It seems to me that you're in the right mindset for that kind of game. I tried to get my wife to play it, and I've tried to get a lot of people to play it. And there's like, yeah.
A long time
there's
ago?
like there's two camps of people. There's people who don't get it, and it's like, well, what's the point? What's my goal? And it's like, well, you kind of have to make up your own goal.
Yeah, it's a toy.
There's some people who are into that.
That's the thing. Like I love the idea of that, but in practice, I just get bored.
Yeah, I think you have to play it with someone, right?
Yeah, you really need to play Minecraft
That's what I was
with other
say.
people. That
would be the thing that would keep me playing it. If you played with your friends.
So it's decided then. Kaiju Pop, going back to 2008. Let's have a Minecraft server.
Right.
2008, 2010, dude.
All right. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that set up. I mean, it's like, again, if you can wrap your brain around that kind of concept, it's like, okay, we start from nothing and then we just kind of come up with our own, goals and sub goals and stuff like that. Then you'll have a lot of fun. But if you're kind of like, all right, so like, what's the point? What do I do?
At some point, I want the difficulty to ramp up. Do
Yes.
real dangers come into Minecraft eventually? And it gets really scary to play.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They've been really aggressive about adding new features and stuff for the game. And when I first started playing it, there were basically like a couple of enemy types, and you just had to basically survive and go to try and get like diamond armor and diamond weapons. But since then, they've added so much stuff that let you make really complex machinery with like working parts and trigger switches to make this happen. There's plants that you can grow and harvest the materials to craft other materials. There's different enemy types. Then there's also now too it generates villages that have NPCs that you can like interact with. Yeah. And also dungeons and like all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's a completely different game now than it was a few years ago. So
it's still being developed now, Minecraft?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just mods and custom servers and stuff. I didn't realize that they were still changing the main game.
Most of the mods that are actually kind of just worth getting are basically texture packs, and there's some really good texture packs where people have found ways to put in HD textures. So if you're not really into like the blocks are always going to be the same size, but the textures themselves have always had this kind of like retro. Yeah. So now there's like really gorgeous looking things where they have like grass and foliage and stuff like that look a lot more realistic. Yeah, it's really it's a much. If you were kind of on the fence before, like you played a little bit and it's like, okay, it's cool, I like these enemies and stuff like that, but I just wish there was a little bit more. It's definitely at that point now.
Yeah, the multiplayer would put in a lot as well. If you haven't tried it, I haven't tried it.
I would be up for trying a bit of that then. I mean, this is just having a social conversation now. It's not really a podcast.
Yeah. I do have a couple games to talk about.
Go on then, make it quick because we all want to bugger off.
Okay.
Bye.
That's okay. Go then.
Go. What were you doing?
Yeah. So basically, I played Castle Storm.
Yeah, love that game
on the PS3. What did you play it on though? PC?
Yes, with an Xbox controller.
Yeah. I like the game. I like the idea. But I'm just not really a fan of the sluggishness.
Did we talk about this last week?
I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
Maybe, yeah.
Or was that just in a private conversation?
No, it's definitely. So there was something with Castle in the title. That was,
okay. Well, okay. I played some more of that. This week. But I think I played it like close to the end of last week, so I don't remember if I talked about it or not. But the other thing that I played that I know I definitely didn't talk about because it came out just this past week is called King's League Odyssey.
Never heard of it.
Right. Well, I hadn't either, but the art style kind of like appealed to me. I thought it was kind of interesting looking. I am not a fan of time management games, but that's pretty much the best way I can really describe this. You start off with like basically one soldier, and you are supposed to try to build up like a retinue of other soldiers, and the goal is to make it to try to fight the king. And you start off with like the tutorial kind of like helps you know it's like if you conquer villages, then you'll get gold and you'll also get like purple crystals as you go through. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, in-app purchases with purple crystals and 2 currency systems. Actually, there's none of that, and that's one of the reasons why I actually played this game through to the end 2 times. And actually, that would probably be my primary complaint. It's a fun game, but if you play it in normal mode, you're going to finish the whole game in probably about 3 hours. I played it again in like insane difficulty, and it took longer, but it's still fun. But essentially, it's kind of like those castle defense games where you like have soldiers on the screen and you don't really control the soldiers so much; they just kind of do their own thing.
Okay, so you're spawning them? Are you choosing to spawn them or what?
No, so you actually have like your defined characters, and they all have names and stuff like that. And there's different classes, and there's like upgrade trees, for them. And so the way that you have control over them is through leveling up perks. Like each time they level up, they get stronger, and there's like 4 stats for them. There's like health, speed, which is how quickly they go from their side of the screen to the opponent's side of the screen. Their defensive power, and their intelligence. And of course, for warrior characters, intelligence is not important, so you can ignore that. So the time management thing comes from at the end of every month, there is going to be a league competition, and you start off at the lowest tier, which is like Village League or something. I can't remember the names of everything, or Forest League or something like that. But anyway, so at the end of each month this happens, but during the course of each month you can train up your soldiers, and those take timer bars. So it's like if you it takes 6 days and your guy will earn 2 extra strength or something. But while you're like waiting for those timer bars to fill, you can actually go on quests, and those quests will pit your heroes against like enemies. And again, you just kind of watch the battle happen, but the battles can be over in as quick as like 3 seconds, or sometimes as long as like 15 seconds if it's a pretty intense one. But as you level up, the currency systems for the gold allow you to upgrade your structures, and the structures will do things like earn more training points, so you can do more training sessions per month. Or as you conquer a city, you double the amount of gold that you get from that city. Things like that. But the purple crystals are things that you strictly apply to leveling up your characters or leveling up abilities. If you level them up, it gives you this giant boost to all of their stats. But if you level up their abilities, this is where you get the ability to kind of choose the way in which you want to play. So for each tier, you can have something like do more physical damage or withstand more physical damage from your enemies. So it's like you can kind of decide if you want to play more offensively or defensively.
So it is relatively deep then, even though it's kind of a simple little game, but it's the stuff you do outside the combat that's kind of deep.
Yes, there's so many things that like keep going, and pardon me, cough there. I've gotten a few people to play it, and everybody that I've recommended try out the game has already beaten it on normal mode. There is in-app purchasing, and it's actually one of the best models I've seen. You can buy heroes who already have significant leveling up. So the leveling up for your character, first of all, there's the stats, then there's the level. And again, as you boost up their level, and the only way you can boost up their level is with the purple crystals. But when you boost up their level, they'll get a giant boost to all their stats. But then there's also their class. And when they start off, your guys can either be like a warrior or a knight or an archer or, a thief and stuff like that. But if you, once you reach level 5 and you reach level 10, you'll unlock new tiers for the class. And each of those classes, class upgrades will have a special ability to them, and it changes the way that they look and all that stuff. So the characters that you can buy, they will be at a level that's comparable to what your other characters are at the moment, but they'll already have their full class tree thing completely unlocked, but down a very specific path. So it's like one guy's like a dragon knight, and one guy is like an assassin, and one guy is like some kind of battle mage or something like that.
That sounds like a pretty decent way of doing in-app stuff. So what's it on? Just PC, or is it on touch things as well?
I know it's on iOS. I don't know what other platforms it's on at the moment.
Okay. All right. CJ, what you wanted to talk about something before you bugger off?
I just had a bit of news.
Oh, go on.
Steam World Dig's coming to Steam.
Is it going to be like big letters? Steam World Dig.
Buy a 3DS.
Yeah. This is Dave's weekly update on whether he feels like buying a 3DS.
I'm on a Jason recommendation kick because I got today some 3DS space money in the hope, because CJ, you said the Steam World Dig's on the Japanese store now, right?
Yeah, 20th, wasn't it?
20th, and 20th's gone, so I'll get hold of that. And I just now downloaded Oceanhorn while you were talking about some game I didn't care about.
What, me?
I've heard that name, Oceanhorn. Tell me about that. Is this what you talked about last week? That's why I've heard of it then.
Zelda game.
Oh, yeah. Steam World Dig on Steam. When is this happening then?
I don't know, but it's happening.
Good.
But you just reminded me, Chris, I better go and pick that up. That sounds like an ideal thing to play in the train.
I think they're going to...
So are there enough games then for the DS that it would warrant the purchase of a 3DS?
Well,
I don't know. Get back to us next week on that one, I think.
Oh, yeah. Zelda.
Yeah. No.
Are you saying, are there enough good DS? If you've never had a DS, is it worth getting a 3DS? Is that what you're saying?
A 3DS. No,
definitely.
It's a 3DS.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you've never had a DS, fucking buy a 3DS, because there's like 20 brilliant games on the DS.
King's League is out for Android, but it's an old version.
Say that again, sorry.
I said King's League is out for Android, but it's an old version. It seems far less. It kind of seems like that's like version 1, and the one that's out for iOS kind of looks like it'd be version 3. It looks much more refined and seems to have a few extra mechanic layers on top for iOS.
Okay. So I want SteamWorld Dig. I'm just going to say those words.
Bye, CJ.
All right. See you later, CJ. We could have just let him go without saying anything, but now people are going to know that
we
CJ's
could
gone.
have smoothly brought the show to a close.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah, that's going to be my next thing is, oh my god, Steam will dig. But...
Was that the other thing that I was intrigued by? PS4 game that has just come out on PS3 as well. Is it Super Motherload?
Yeah,
that sounds good. It's
Which
like,
one's that? Which one's that then?
That's a PS4 game?
It's a PS4 game, but it's either coming out or has just come out on PS3 as well. It's kind of like that sort of steampunky Mr. Diggory kind of game, but it's a 4-player co-op thing.
Yeah, basically it looks like 4-player co-op SteamWorld Dig, but a little less charming.
Ooh, that actually sounds pretty interesting. I'm about to start watching some of it right now. So keep talking while I can watch this video.
That's all I have to say on
How's the baby? How's the baby?
Baby's asleep right now, which is a good thing. But I got to give him a bath, and I've got to get ready for work tomorrow because I'm fucking working for 3 weeks straight.
Good God. Japandads.com. Is that right?
Yeah, nothing's really happened on that for ages. Mainly because I've been working really hard. But yeah.
So you heard it here first. The future of KaijuPop.com is going to be survival games and 2D mining games forever and ever and ever.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think I'm off. Yeah, that's why. It's because I'm busy doing fucking shite work that you're all playing bollocks games. Yeah.
My PS4 has just cleared customs, so I'll be able to start playing that probably tomorrow.
Streaming on it and stuff. I've heard that you cannot stream and archive it. You'd have to capture it yourself still.
Again, there's going to be a firmware update that comes out that's going to allow you to go through your own system. So
okay.
You can archive on Facebook. Ooh.
Lovely stuff. Go to kaijupop.com. That's where you can find this podcast. Follow us on... subscribe.
WWE,
there is, yeah.
WWE 2K14 review on
there. I need to go and read that, even though I already know the answer. So follow us on... Subscribe? Yeah, subscribe, isn't it? That's the word people use.
Do all that. Yeah.
Subscribe on YouTube because this episode has been a video episode, so you can see gameplay of the games we've been talking about.
You've been watching me this whole time.
Put your trousers on or your pants.
Embarrassing.
So yeah, do that,
Pants.
also do a bit of a Google for Japanese Audio Wrestling, which is the Japanese wrestling podcast that Chris does on the Live Audio Wrestling Network. Stalk us on Twitter. I'm Space Endeavour. Chris is at ReasonJP, and Jason is at Endex. That's with an E, and then an N, and then a D, and another E, 2 Ks, and an S. That's how you spell that word. Thanks very much for listening. We love you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. That's me.
Bye.
That's my Scottish accent.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.